Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And I'll continue reading from this book, Snakes, Roosters and Pigs. This is by my guru, His Eminence the 25th, Sam Tuku Rinpoche. Today I'll continue reading from page 10. And before that, I will go to a picture to share with you. Yes, it's comical, but it represents the topic that I will be reading on. Page 10, number 1, anger. What are some other inner obstacles we might experience? Relationships. Not having one is an obstacle, and having one is an obstacle. Having more than one is an obstacle. Having one and wanting another one is an obstacle. Having one and not being happy with it is an obstacle. We spend all our time like an animal in heat, chasing after this or that relationship. Then there is anger, which is a very big obstacle to all of us. Why? Although everything is physically very convenient now, and getting whatever we want or need is very convenient, there is this dissatisfaction of not finding happiness. Not finding happiness, although things are more convenient, creates frustration and anger within us. This is real anger. I'm not talking about anger that helps, such as that of a mother who scolds and screams at her child because she loves him so much and wants the best for him or to protect him. I'm talking about real anger when you do not get what you want and someone else does and you become unhappy. When that anger arises, we might say things that we will regret terribly later. We might hurt people in a way we will regret, take revenge, and get back emotionally at others. This creates tremendous negative karma for us, which continues to arise and stop us from doing good things for ourselves, such as Dharma. Anger is a very, very big obstacle. 2. Jealousy. Jealousy is not being able to stand other people having better things than us and not being able to accept what they have. This is also a huge obstacle for us to progress in our spiritual practice. 3. Money. There is also this predominant preoccupation with work and money today. Many of us are preoccupied with money. For money, we would do many things that would demean us, put us down, take us away from who we are, make us look very bad to ourselves, and bring us into bad habits. For money, we will sink ourselves to the lowest levels. We will say anything we can to get money. We will be nice to people, show a sweet face, show a lot of teeth. We will do a lot of things just to get money. We will even forfeit our Dharma practice, break our vows, our commitments and samaya. We will work very hard, long hours in hopes of getting money. It doesn't matter whether we actually get the money or not, but we are willing to work 10, 15, 20 hours a day just to get money. We can travel long distances for money. We can give many big justifications to our family and our friends for money. We can put away our spiritual practices for money. We can easily give up our life, our time, and our energy for money. We can do all that. Wanting money is different from needing money. Wanting money, chasing after it all the time and thinking of it as a source of so-called happiness is a very big obstacle in modern times. In these modern times, you have videos, TVs, CDs and DVDs, movies, the West, the East. You have opulence and indulgences. You have lifestyles of the rich and famous, and you see all these people who show you the pretty side of having money. But that's only 5% of the world's population. You will never see the ugly side. But when we see all those pretty things, we want it. And that's a big obstacle. Do you know why? The obstacles are bigger because now there's a much larger show of wealth, which creates even more desire in us. However, you must realize that all the beautiful things you see and all this wealth are just pictures. They are not real. You don't see what goes on behind the pretty facade. You don't. Wealth becomes a huge obstacle. 4. Loneliness. Then there is time and the distraction of time. Many of us can't hang out in a room and stay quiet by ourselves. We have to go here, be there, do this and that. It's very hard for us to be by ourselves. This is because silence to many of us equates to loneliness. Loneliness is something without activity, and being lonely is something that everybody fears very much. What they do not understand is that loneliness is a state of mind. It is not who you are with or not with. You could be with someone and be extremely lonely. You cannot relate to them or understand them. Just because you are with somebody, it doesn't mean you are not lonely. When some people are with other people, they are even lonelier than they were without anyone. Some people are alone but not lonely. Loneliness is not about being somewhere, being with someone, or having to be with someone. Loneliness is a state of mind where we do not accept who we are inside and what we need to improve. We therefore need to be distracted with other people to make us look away from ourselves. Being lonely is not about being with someone, finding someone, having someone, living under the delusion that I have somebody, I have a lover, I have a friend, and I'm not lonely. In fact, some of the loneliest people in the world are people who have somebody. You really should think about this. If we do have someone, then we find that we'll do everything for this person. We'll cook for this person, drive this person around, live with this person, change our lives for this person. We'll do everything for this person in the hope that by doing so, we won't be lonely. However, the more we become slaves to these people, the lonelier we become because we are not actually a slave to these people. We are a slave to our loneliness, the fear of accepting who we really are inside and the type of people we really are. Then, instead of trying to face who we are directly, we distract ourselves with new friends, new scenes, new clubs, new lovers, new sex positions, new clothes. Loneliness is a modern ailment, an obstacle of our modern day. 100, 200 or 300 years ago, the minute you turned 15, your parents would send you off to get married with someone from another village who they have paired you off with when you were only 5. Surprise? Just think about it. In some communities today, parents still marry their children off when they are just a few years old. Loneliness is about not accepting yourself, who you are, and what you need to improve. When we know what is wrong with us, we might keep hiding, avoiding certain people and avoiding certain situations. We can avoid these people and situations, but ultimately we cannot avoid ourselves. When we hate ourselves out of loneliness, wherever we go and whoever we are with, all becomes merely a distraction. At the end of the day, we still have to come home. We still have to sleep alone. Loneliness is when you cannot accept who you are, not daring to look at the faults you have inside you, and not pushing towards improvement. Even if you do have good points, you cannot or dare not see them and increase those good points because it's hard to be good. It's hard to be good because you live in a society that doesn't teach you to be good. It's very hard to be good. It's hard to be honest. It's hard to be straightforward. It's hard to tell people you're normal. It's hard to tell people you don't have powers. It's hard to tell people that you make mistakes too. It's very hard to tell people that, and it's even harder to tell yourself that. So you become lonely and you try to get away from that loneliness by finding a lot of things to do. You will find a lot of places to drive to, a lot of people to go out with. Whatever you do, you make sure that you must have somebody with you all the time because it distracts you from your loneliness. And that loneliness arises in not facing who you really are, the good points and the bad points. This becomes yet another play of ego. Therefore, we want to avoid facing ourselves and we want to be distracted from what we see in ourselves that we don't like. So, we want to have loud music, parties, beautiful people, friends, music, books. We want to have anything and everything to not think about what we are inside. It is incredible that people don't realize all the effort that they put towards just looking for a relationship and maintaining a relationship. Oh my God, just getting a relationship. Imagine all the work you have to put into that. And then once you get that relationship, boy, do you get it. Then once you leave it, you are stuck. You feel you have nothing else to do. So you look for another relationship. It's an ugly cycle that goes on and on and on and on. Then we get depressed. We become unhappy. We become even lonelier. We find out that the person we are with is not who we thought and is not what we like. They restrict us. They don't respect us. They put us down. We don't think alike. There are arguments and disagreements. There is unhappiness. Then maybe the other person helps us to see for ourselves that what we really want is more. We start to feel that what we want but cannot get becomes more and more and more. These are all distractions. Why are they distractions? Because these things takes us away from the real purpose of why we are here. If we tell normal people that we are depressed, everybody will believe it because nobody knows any better or knows enough to tell us we are not depressed. If you speak to a bunch of people who don't know anything, of course they will agree with you. But when you talk to a guru, he will actually tell you the opposite. He will tell you that loneliness, running around distracting yourself 24 hours a day, hanging out at the shopping malls, running to the clubs, dancing here and there, wearing this and that, buying this, eating that, needing a friend with you at every single meal are all just distractions because you cannot bear to be alone. He will tell you that you have to go beyond all that to become a better person. So that's the end of my session. And today we were talking about anger, jealousy, money, and loneliness. And those are the creation of some of our obstacles towards finding ourselves. And all these are the ones that make us unhappy and keeping us within the conditions that we do not like. And so please do contemplate on what Rinpoche says. And thank you for sharing your time with me. And now I will end this session with a completion dedication in English. May the precious body mind where it is not born arise and grow. May that bond have no decline, but increase forevermore. May the precious emptiness where it is not born arise and grow. May that bond have no decline, but increase forevermore. May this merit accumulated by myself and others beneficially serve all sentient beings and the Buddha Dhamma, and especially may the essential teachings of the unerring Master Tsongkhapa become clear and enduring. In all my rebirths, may I not be parted from perfect gurus. Let me enjoy the abundance of the Dharma, perfecting the qualities, stages, and paths. May I quickly attain the rank of Vrajadhara Buddha. By this virtue, may I quickly realize Guru Buddhahood and transfer each sentient being into the enlightened state. May all conducive conditions arise and all obstacles be pacified in order to increase infinitely the doctrine of the Guru King Tsongkhapa. Spiritual King Tsongkhapa. By the merits of the 3 times of myself and others, by the doctrine of Lama Tsongkhapa, may the doctrine of Lama Tsongkhapa blaze forever. At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the 3 jewels grant us their blessing. May they help us to achieve all realizations and sprinkle the paths of our lives with various signs of auspiciousness. May the holy teachers have long lives. May the enlightened activities be fully displayed in the 10 directions, and may the brightness of the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa continuously dissipate the veil of darkness covering the beings of these realms. In this holy land surrounded by snow mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. May your lotus feet, O powerful Tenzin Gyatso, remain in this world till the end of existence. Thank you again for joining me, and I do hope that you will join me for my next session.